Okay, you're good.
All right, guys. So, yeah, cash, wrap cash, Christmas cash. We are getting very close to it. Black Friday cash, that would be good.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be good. So you can make, some Christmas gifts and, get whatever. But, but so we wanted to talk a little bit more. And I'm just going to say for just, 5 minutes, and then I'll let Daniela said, and I actually want to get Brenda to talk about that too. And I'm not going to call you out, like put you on the spot, but I want you to think,
But
how
I
were
am.
you, yeah, how were you, Brenda, making cash, wrap cash when you started? Because I know you were borrowing a lot of wraps from me. So I just want you to share, what were you doing? How were you getting those people to your home, or how were you getting, those wraps to sell? So for me personally, when I started, I was actually making very good wrap cash, but I wasn't working social media, or I was working only Facebook, where I was using to invite people to a wrap party, or I was creating an event. It was a little bit different. Obviously, we can work now the way I was working at that time, but you can just create an event and then just invite a bunch of people. It's just not going to work anymore. At the beginning, it was fine because not as many people were using that option. Now, we create an event. We have to make sure we Facebook message them or text message them and letting them know, hey, there is an invite for you, and I would love to, for you to join. But anyway, so my most successful wrap party, where I made $280 of a wrap cash, was actually a wrap party where we're at least, I believe, was 8 or 9 girls. I made it very clear when I was wrapping them that that's just a treat. It's just one sample wrap. So if they wanted to obviously complete the treatment, they have to wrap every 3 days. So they bought a wrap from me on the spot. They actually, some of them, not all, but some of them became a loyal customer. But because they didn't want to wait, 7 to 10 business days, they actually bought it a second wrap from me right on the spot, so they can wrap it the next, in after 72 hours. So that's how I was able to make so much wrap cash. So if someone is more, wanted to do a little fun party, sample party, I don't recommend anymore to call them wrap parties, because we are so much more than just a wrap. But that would be actually something that, where you can make cash. Last year, I don't know if you remember, Brenda, if you remember or not, we actually had a little kind of competition. It's always good, especially when you have that red personality in you, like, you need to get something going. I actually had a board, and I made 30 circles on that board, and it was right in front of my face all the time in my office. And I set the goal for myself in 30 days to sell 30 wraps. And it's so crazy. I've never sold 30 wraps before, but when I made that goal and I said I'm going to do it, and I had this vision, and every time I would sell a wrap, I would circle that circle, like the color that circle. Is that how you say it? Yeah. So so you guys, believe it or not, I didn't even have like a bunch of wrap parties set. I didn't even have anyone like particularly in mind who's going to buy those wraps. But the fact that I put it out there in a universe and I made that goal, I did sold 30 wraps. Now, I'm not going to lie, there are some wraps I sold a box instead of 100. I made it, I had a lot of wraps on hand. Well, that's what another thing, you kind of have to make sure that you have wraps or some game plan how you're going to sell 30 wraps, let's say, or 20, even if you don't have it, but you can sell so many and then sign customers and get those wrap rewards, which is only $25 a pack, and you can sell them between 80, I would say between 80 and 100. And so I did some of them someone asked for 2 wraps, I said, hey, well, you can get 4 for $80 instead of 2 for $50. So I was hustling those wraps, and it's so crazy. But at the end of that month, it was in July, I remember that for sure. The month it didn't even end till, and I was already sold those 30 wraps. I was coloring those last four circles that were, on that board. So why I'm sharing this success is because, first of all, I believe that you have to be confident that you can do it. Secondly, you have to believe it, that that's possible. And then the third, you have to have a goal, and the goal has to be, set, and it has to be like visual, like, put a piece of paper, sticky notes, put all over sticky notes, and say, you know what, I'm going to make $200, $300 of cash. And then you kind of have to figure out like how you're gonna do it. And of course, then you will be more intentional. You'll be more maybe posting, talking about like, hey, I have wraps on hand. Maybe you can do a little challenge. Maybe you're gonna just text message a bunch of local people and say, hey, I have a special this weekend. Are you interested? I used to do that all the time. And it's so funny, like today when I was preparing for this Zoom, I was kind of like brainstorming, and I was like, man, why am I not doing this anymore? Or like, I haven't done it for a while. So it's definitely a great reminder to myself, and obviously, to share with you guys. So definitely set the goal, and I'm going to talk about the challenge, or we all can talk about the challenge a little bit later. I'm just going to let Daniela talk a little bit more about selling products, not only, Wrap Cash, but that was something interesting as well that I've heard today, first time.
Yeah, I wasn't always, I was never within 3 years. Now it's going to be my 3 years, November 17th. That's crazy. But I never sold any products on hand. I never sold wraps. I never sold wraps. I never sold products. I was just like, I'm just gonna do Instagram. Like that was me, But this past September, when I was moving, I noticed that I had a lot of products because I would forget to change my auto shipment, and then I would have like, I don't know, double, because I do my husband's auto shipment and my auto shipment. So I would change mine, and then I would get his, but it would be the same. So I would have double, So this past September, I made $500 in products, cash. So it was wraps combined, but it was products too. I love Fat Fighters, so whenever I need BV, I order Fat Fighters, but I had like 10 extra from what I use, So I use Fat Fighters after every meal. It's just my thing, but, and that was approved by my doctor. So anyway, when, we were moving, I'm like, I'm not going to take all these products. Like I already had 2 tubs full of like office stuff, and I'm like, I need to sell this stuff fast. So one of my girls, I noticed that she was selling products on hand. She was doing mainly wraps, and she would post, pick a number from 1 to 25, which if you guess the number correct, you win the wrap for that number. So say somebody guessed, the number was 1 to 30, and somebody guessed 28. And you would message them and be like, you won, you guessed the number 28 right. Please email me, please PayPal me $28 to whatever, and I will send you the wrap. So I was like, why not do that with products? And it worked. And I was like, oh my God. So when I paid $25 for Fat Fighters, somebody picked like 30, the number 30 for Fat Fighters, because I did like pick a number from 1 to 35, let's say. And I was making cash on that. So, and people would be like, awesome. Because they were thinking they got it for a discount, right? Because they were just getting the number. But it worked. It worked. I was just like, okay, so I don't know why I'm still not doing it. I have to order. Now you're going to get BV, right? You're going to get BV. If you don't need, let's say, like Natalie was saying with the wrap rewards, $25 for a box of wraps or a bag of wraps, you're making $75 on the individuals. And if you pick a number from 1 to 30, you're making that extra $5, you know, and that could go towards shipping, which is not, it's like $2 to ship a wrap, or maybe even less. I can't even remember. But the shipping was very low. But you know, when you're doing your auto shipment, right, and you have, you know, you need 80 BV, but you put in like, I don't know, an essential oil just to make that extra BV, and you're not using that essential oil, you can make the cash back on that, you know? So there's different ways to do it. I also would message people that were like, oh, I don't want to be a part of the 90-day program, or the 90-day challenge. And I would look through my DMs because I really wanted to get these products out. Like, I didn't want to take it with me. And I'd be like, hey girl, I have a sale this weekend only. It's today and tomorrow I know you were interested in the Fat Fighters and whatever else, say the wraps. I know you were interested in Fat Fighters and wraps. I have, you know, the product, it's good for a month. So it's a month supply. And you just buy it one time if you're interested. So many people were like, yeah, you know, and then they later on became my LCs because the products worked for them. So they were not only trying it for a month at $25, what I paid for it, and maybe doing free shipping. Like a lot of times I did free shipping because, you know, I wanted it out, you know, it wasn't like I was trying to make the money back. Not, you know, not really trying to make a profit off of it, but adding the shipping to it, or saying, you know what, I'll give you free shipping if you order one wrap, or, you know what I mean? Like making it a bundle deal. What I saw today, which I really liked, and Natalie, we talked a little about it, was that an ambassador was doing the keto coffee. She was doing a keto coffee giveaway. And she was like, you know, comment to get an entry. You're going to comment. So people had a comment on her video. And in her post, she wrote, winner, we'll pick one winner. If you're not a winner, you could buy one packet for $3 or 4 packets for $10. Now you can make it, we were talking about money wise, and you can make it $4 a pack. I think that's more realistic. $4 a pack, you'll make a little bit more on it. So I thought that was pretty interesting too. So all these people want one sample. They want to try it. So $4, you're making, you know, an investment back. I mean, you pay $39, you're getting the BV for it. And if you sell all 15 packs, you're getting that for $60, you know, you're getting $60 back, you know, to make it up. So what, $20 minus the shipping. Shipping on one pack is 70 cents because I shipped one pack today. So, you know, there are different ways to sell the products that you have on hand, especially if, say, ThermoFit didn't work for me. So I had 2 bottles of ThermoFit sitting there. You know, and I was, you know, a potential wanted to try the ThermoFit. So I told her, like, I have a month's supply, you know, I paid $39 for it. It retails $65. If you don't want to do the 90-day challenge, you can do this month, you know, buy this product for $39. Or even if you want to do 35 because it's sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I made $500. That's insane, you know, like, and these are products just sitting on my shelf. And just because I wanted it away. And I think it's true. Like when you're set in your mind, like Natalie said, when you're set in your mind that you want to sell all those products, it happens. So now I'm like, okay, I want to order the keto coffee. Because guess what? Even if I make $10, I'm still getting the BV for it, you know? So, and $10 is $10. You're
Well,
making,
right now we can get for what is it, $74? Where you get three packs and then get one free. It's still there, right? Because I've just ordered it.
it's 117, right?
I know it's 70 BV. I ordered essential oil to make it 80 BV to be
Yeah, because
commission quality.
I did the buy one get one free too. I mean, buy
But
three.
what I'm saying is, that's actually even get cheaper. So if we sell a pack of, for $4, I would say one for 4 or 3 for 10, because that's $2 less than if you get individual. But I also feel I also think that when you do those numbers, where you do this challenge, like put it out there and pick one winner, everybody else, obviously, yes, they can also they can also purchase for that $3-4 a pack. But we also have to remember that we're looking for people who are, there's a reason why they wanted to get this coffee, right? So when we talk about losing weight, drinking coffee and losing weight, that means we're attracting not only the coffee lovers, but we are also attracting people who's trying to lose weight. Yeah. So and if they're not ready to buy for $4 a pack of coffee and they are not winners, they're still going on our list of potentials, because now we can tell them about other things. And it's all about finding out what is this particular person, looking for, and then finding out their goals and then working with them, individually. So it's not always about to make quick $1, even though we are talking about cash. Yeah. But I'm always looking into a bigger picture, a long term, and that's why I want to do it. Like, yes, of course, Rap Cash, it's always amazing. Either it's just to go have a lunch or put some gas in your car, or whatever, go on a shopping spree. But if we can do it and we also help our team to get that cash, it's even more rewarding, at least for me.
And I mean, when you're like we said, like when we're focused, and now you have those potentials so many times too. Like, okay, those people that bought from me that I made the 500, I stuck in like a green sample or like a wow sample, and I was like, thank you for your order. I asked them, you could get a I put in the note in the card, you can get a referral if you refer somebody, you can get a free product. So adding those little tips too, that could help. And I've had so many people ask me like, oh, my friend is interested in the 1 month. Do you have any fat fighters left? Or do you have any greens left? So definitely like, don't just leave it to, we're talking about Rap Cash, but don't just leave it to that, because it's going to open up more, it's going to open up to more, potential, it's not just stopping at the one sample. And you know what, like, honestly, like when I give out the sample or when I mail the product, I always say, please let me know when you get this, because there's a specific way to take these products. So I want to make sure they tell me when they get it, so that I could tell them like, hey, mix a little bit of, because I know with the coffee, you have to mix a little bit of cold and then add the hot. And if you're just doing ice, it doesn't, I was doing cold yesterday and it just didn't taste good with me cold, so like there's different ways so you want to make sure they're only getting the one packet. You want to make sure they're doing it the right way, so, and this goes for anyone, LCs too. But there's so much potential, and you don't have, this is all write-offs too. The products that you buy and then you sell, that's write-offs. Like your auto shipment is a write-off. So you're not only making the cash, but you're, writing it off for tax season. You know what I'm saying? So but definitely like we can make tons of money with Wrap Cash or product cash. So don't I forgot what I was gonna say, but don't like leave it out there, because that's how I was. I just started it and now I'm like, oh, I need to do that again. You know what I'm saying? So don't leave it out. It's a part of the business. People make thousands a month in cash, thousands on top of their commission. So you could do it. You just have to get the products, get your wrap rewards, whatever you do, don't let them expire. Those are like gold right there. So I think that's really, really important. Even the deals like the buy one, get one frees that we have, order them. It doesn't matter if you need them or not, because that could be cash right there. You may want one cleanse and then sell the other cleanse, and you're making your money back from the one cleanse. So it's just the little things.
Yeah. Okay, Brenda, are you ready?
Brenda, you've been rocking it. I've been watching all your lives. Go, girl.
Okay, so, well, when I started, that's when I was making a lot of Wrap Cash. So now I mainly use just social media. But so when I first started, I was just mostly from my post. I was always posting, I always had wraps. I had wraps in stock, and that they were new and they were fresh and everything. So when people would like my pictures or comment or message me, they would start to ask me about the product, and I would just tell them, I would first ask them where they're from. And every time that somebody usually tells me they're local, I will tell them like, okay, well, it's me. And I'll tell them I'll wrap you, and that way you can see how it works, how it feels, and and then from there you'll decide what you want to do, because in 45 minutes you'll see how it works. And then I would, show them like before and after, or my results from the 45 minutes. And that's how they would be like, okay. So when I started, I was basically like, I think every day my goal was to try and get somebody to wrap every single day. Sometimes, like literally I had every day. And because I was working part-time, so I would tell them, okay, I can wrap you before 3 o'clock or after 8 o'clock. Sometimes I would come home and I would schedule appointments at 8, 9, 10. Sometimes people would leave at 12 at night because they would come, they would bring a friend. I would tell them, you can bring a friend. Or I would go to their house too. I was driving to other cities too, and saying I'm over here, or if I had people that text me, but they're like 15 minutes away, then when I would go over there, I would message, hey, I'm here, did you want to get a wrap? And that's how I would go into their houses and go drop them off too. I also would, if someone would tell me, I would ask them always, do you have any friends? And they would say yes, so they would invite them. That's when I would go and I was doing, wrap parties at their house, and either their mom or sisters, they would wrap. Sometimes I would tell them about the facials too, and they'd be like, oh, do you have those too? So some people would wrap and put the facial on. So that was already $50, for each person. Some people, I had parties where they would do the facial and the wrap, and that was already like, oh my God, that's already like $200, right? And plus others. So yeah, that's how I was doing. I was just posting like, who wants to try a wrap for 25? And I was basically just telling everybody like, let me wrap you. Like I had to just get the wrap on them, and then the wrap would just, basically tell you, how it works instead of me explaining it to them, Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much how I was making.
I don't know about you guys, but it makes me want to just go and post something.
Seriously. Like message everybody, can I just wrap you?
Like, and I actually was just watching a few training videos from, actually they're both presidential diamonds, and it's just so crazy when they share how they started. They both said the same thing. If that person, first of all, she was persistent and consistent with asking, and both of those girls were wrapped by the upline, and they were skeptic. They said like 3-4 times no, and then at some point they said they give in, and they said, okay, well, wrap me. And they both said, which is so funny, like totally two different trainings, totally two different people. I don't even know if, they probably don't even know each other, but they both kept saying the same thing. of if that person would not wrap that, she would never join this business. She would never, work in this business. And imagine for us, we're always looking for people who will be serious building, this business with us. And so your business can change just by going out there and wrapping someone. So it's always just, I don't know, I feel like we just have to go back to basics. Yes, we love social media. I know most of us are all over social media, but why not use social media to actually put that wrap on someone? If the blitzing is not our comfort zone in person, we can still be blitzing online, and then talking, where we find those people who are interested, who needs it at some point, and then going out there and meet those people and actually wrap them. Because at the end of the day, it's always about blitz, wrap, repeat. And blitzing can be online, but wrapping, it just makes such a big difference to, when we put the wrap on that person. It's just, I don't know. For me, I would never been here if it wouldn't be for wrap. I would never been here if I wouldn't put that wrap on and wrap myself. Yeah. And imagine, and I'm pretty sure most of us the same, that way. So I kind of just had to always think. I'm honestly, guys, I'm like, just let's finish this Zoom, and I want to go and I want to post and I want to schedule some wrap appointment.
I wanted to add something. Like you were saying, yeah, same here. I joined because I had to try I went and wrapped. I tried one for $25, but then I became a loyal customer, and I was a loyal customer for 3 months, but I only used the wrap. So basically, I mean, that's what, I signed up to get, like, the free product. I wasn't even thinking like, I don't want to, I just wanted to get the free product, But another thing that I was doing that, I don't know why I don't do it anymore, but I just remembered was, I know I had told Natalie that I would go, like, I would direct message people and message them, but I would also go into, like, on Instagram, because that's mainly where I was, where I built all the way to Diamond just from Instagram, but I was actually wrapping people, but I was getting all those people from Instagram. So I would go into their pictures or their profiles, and I would like a few, and then in one of their pictures, I would comment, hey, have you tried that crazy wrap thing? Like, that's all I would say. And then they would reply back in that comment. They'd say no, yes, and then if they say no or whatever, then I tell them to text me, and then usually that's how I was getting people too. That was what was working also by asking that way. But I was asking a lot of people just as simple, like, hey, have you tried that crazy wrap thing? Which is like when you're blitzing. So if you don't ask, you're never gonna find. And there's a bunch of people who are gonna say no. So you just have to keep messaging and messaging till you get the yes, because a lot of no's.
I want to add to that. Like, I know this is about Rap Cash, but what you were saying about the no's, one of the leaders that the training that I watched, I think yesterday, she said that when people say no, she always asks them, do you want a free product? And they say, of course, right? So she says, okay, would you want to do a Facebook event, right? Or if they're local, a rap party. You bring 10 friends, and those 10 friends need to be active. No, 5 friends need to be active on the Facebook event for you to get the product. And then her Facebook events are all public, so that when people are commenting, other people are seeing their posts. So just because somebody says no, doesn't mean that they're not going to say yes to a free product, So I think that's important too, like, don't just stop at no. And I'm going to try this because I watched it yesterday, but I haven't put it into effect yet. But if we're getting tons of no's, which can be so discouraging, right? So many people are going to say yes to a free product. And now the free products that she does like 5 samples of greens. She doesn't do full products, you know. She'll do 3 keto coffee packs. So they get to choose from one of them. It's 3 coffees, or 5 packs of greens, or 1 wrap, or 1 facial. So they get to choose 1 product, 1 sample. So I thought that was interesting, because we do get a lot of no's, and it can get really discouraging. But when, you know, we're going to network to this person that said no, and 10 of their new friends, you know, this is a different network now because you're getting their 10 friends. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm going to try that. But yes, Wrap Cash is awesome. I'm sorry. I just felt like I had to say that.
No, you're fine. I love to hear any information. It's always awesome. I'm like literally ready to go and sell a box of wraps. I do have an extra on hand. I have a few for myself. But tomorrow is Wrap Wednesday, so we can actually go ahead and like be creative and pre-schedule some posts for tomorrow, and literally just go out there and start asking and start posting, and not just one time. And you know, I think when we post few times in a different way, as being wrapped, holding a box of wraps, I don't know, wrap somebody else and have a picture, wrap your husband, wrap your mom, you know, and make sure someone takes picture of you. And then just kept talking about, like, start giving that option again. Like, I personally, I'm guilty. I stopped giving people option of trying 1 wrap. I would go straight into it. Here's a low customer program, or here's a distributor for extra $40. I don't offer anymore. Like, I got lazy. So I want to go back. I want to just go and wrap and let people, you know, experience 1 wrap first, and then it's usually when they are, it's more easier for them to decide and to say, okay, you know what, I do want to become a loyal customer, or yes, you know, why not to try for $99 and become distributor and get the box of wraps as well. So I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm not sure how exactly that coffee, I think me and Daniela maybe to figure out the whole scenario, and then we can share with our teams, you know, like what to post and start selling that. Because like I said, we are getting into this season of where people eat more than usual with all the holidays. I know Fat Fighters needs to be also more promoted. And then obviously us ourselves using the products and get our own results, because by January, everyone is going to have this healthy lifestyle goal, losing weight goals and everything. And the best way to promote anything is by showing your own personal results. I talked to Brenda today. Her computer apparently, I guess, warmed up or whatever. I don't know. She needs to cool off. But yeah, so we are both like trying this new keto lifestyle. It's never perfect, but we are keep going. But just to get results. But whatever you choose, it doesn't have to be necessarily just keto coffee. But if you're just gonna commit to a box of wraps yourself and wrap yourself, so you have that 1 treatment result, or if you're gonna start adding your greens to your diet, and obviously being, you know, watch what you're eating so you also get those results, or, you know, Fat Fighters or whatever, and collect out also from your personal customers or family members results, so you know, and obviously ask for permission to share those results. And that way you're more prepared. It's all about being prepared for that crazy season that we are getting into. And that's when it's where, I don't know, January is going to be that month where people maybe say first, well, I'm gonna want to do it on my own. I've seen all the time. By February, they're like, screw this. What do you have for me?
Yeah.
I need some help.
But you have to make sure you're planting those seeds, because
Absolutely.
just posting is not gonna, it used to get us a lot of hits, but just posting and not talking to people,
And then adding new people.
yeah, I mean, you have to be doing everything. So remember that too, because yeah, we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July is our busiest months ever, even into August, because people are still, wanting to lose weight and it's still warm out. But yeah, you want to make sure you're planting those seeds. So using these months to talk to as many people every day as possible and adding as many people as possible, because your business is going to boom. And you want to make sure you have a list of your potentials, because when February and conference comes around and all these new products are coming around and these new promotions and bonuses that are going to be announced, you want to be ready. You want to be ready with those people that you want on your team, that you want on your potentials, your LCs, that you want on your team. So be ready and make sure you're writing people down. Yeah. But I think we want to challenge you guys. So whoever's on this, we are going to be a part of this challenge, but I think everybody should do it. So pick a product. I have a wrap. Well, I'm going to use this tonight. But I have, say, a box of wraps or a bottle of Fat Fighters or keto coffee. We challenge you to make some cash. If it's $50, $25, $100, $500, whatever it is, and post about it. So if you made $25 selling a wrap, post about it. People need $25 or extra $25. I've got so many potentials on just showing that I made $25. Like literally holding $25 in a selfie and saying, I made $25. So we challenge you guys to make this cash this week. So if you have any product extra on hand, if you have a wrap, just one wrap, make that extra 25. We all need extra money, especially with the holidays coming up. So I'm going to try and sell a couple products, see if I could do it.
No, you can't say try.
No try. I will.
There you go. We're going to hold you accountable. Yeah. I personally gone for 4 wraps. By next Tuesday on this team Zoom, I will show you guys my $100. Seriously.
Awesome.
I have a few ideas. Well, pretty much what we were just talking about, you know, sharing more and offering and asking. It's like the biggest thing is asking. And I think I've said to someone today on my team, when we don't ask, it's already no. So just being afraid of hearing that no, like when we assume that someone is not interested or will say no, well, that will be no for sure. But if you actually ask, and I've been surprised many times where I would prejudge someone and think they're not interested or they would never wanted to try, and then all of a sudden they are those are the ones who actually became my customers after I asked. So definitely asking and just being creative. It's your business, it's your brand, it's what you're gonna do with that. It works as our products is just a vehicle, but what are you gonna do with that? So I haven't done as much, but I'm gonna definitely do it tomorrow, where I would say, you know what, I was challenged to wrap 4 people and anyone wants to help me out. Like sometimes just by asking help your friends, they will be willing to do that for you. So we will see. Sometimes not even friends, sometimes because stranger people will actually help you. Like so crazy. People who are following us for a while and feeling connected or related to whatever, and sometimes those are the ones who be like, hey, I would love to help you out. Why not? And so So I'm going for 4 people. I'm gonna wrap 4 people by the end of next week, and and then I'm probably gonna keep going till the Christmas.
Yeah.
That would be a cool way of having some extra cash.
Definitely. We all can use it, especially this time of year. So I hope you guys, I think that's it, right?
Yes.
All right, let's go make some cash. And
yes,
literally like post about it. Make it seen. People want money. People, especially now. So you make it, you will make it. When you make it, definitely post about it. And we can't wait to see the cash you make.
Yes.
Well,
and it's a way of having an accountability partner. Like when I make the cash, I'm gonna tag Daniela. Like, hey, I got my first one.
Yeah.
and I'm, we can always tag each other in our posts and let everybody know. So that would
definitely.
That would be cool. All right. Well, let's get going. Let's get to work.
Thank you, ladies, for joining. If you need any help, let us know. Have a good night.
Good night. Oh, I forgot to take a picture.
Oh, you can take mine.
Okay.
I took one. So steal mine if you want.
Oh, I will. Now I have only 4 people. I know we had 6 people on our Zoom, so that would be cool.
All right. Good night.
Good night.